Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel once again. We are back today to continue our new Erin Condren LifePlanner setup. This will be part 2, and this will finish out. So there will just be 2 parts to this little series. You guys saw last week's, which was part 1, up on Saturday. This one will also be going up on a Saturday. So hopefully you guys have seen the first one already. If you have not watched part 1, definitely go watch it first, because I'm about to kind of show you what we did there to catch up, and then we'll get started on what's left. But yeah, so that is the plan for today's video. Of course, if you do like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can stick around to see how all these pages pan out throughout the year, as well as just generic planning videos. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So like I said, I am going to start by walking you through what we did already in part 1. So if we just open up to the first page, let me take this stuff out. I just have a little sticker here that I wrote my name on. We did that together in that video. Let me kind of center you guys a little better. So that was that page. And then flipping forward, the only thing we did on this page was put the washi at the top and this little like title sticker thing, because I'm going to use this for my son's school and daycare schedule. I kind of explained a little bit in that video, so definitely go check that out. But obviously, we're not that close to the new school year yet, being that school is just now letting out for this school year. So I don't have a new schedule yet for his school and daycare, since it is like a little church preschool. They just put it out closer to the start of the year. But eventually, I will end up putting this in probably off camera, just as those schedules come in. But that's what this page will be used for. And then this page is one of my absolute favorites in the planner. It always is. And this is my monthly bucket list page, is kind of what I call it. So basically, I just designated one box to each month throughout the year, as you can see. And I wrote in stuff that I want to make sure that we do throughout that month. So very seasonal stuff for the most part. Some things are specific to things we have going on in our lives, like our baby boy coming in August. Gatlin, which is our son we already have. He's a toddler. He'll be turning 2 in August. So, you know, just fun things like that. And that pretty much sums up the beginning of the planner. Now, we did do these 2 notes pages back here. This one is a list for the family members that we do birthday gifts for, so I can kind of have a spot to write down like maybe how much I want to spend, as well as gift ideas for that person. And then same thing, but this one is specifically for Christmas gift ideas. But yeah, that's kind of where we stopped. So today we're just going to continue going here in the back. We don't have a lot left. We are going to set up a social media tracker here, a book tracker here, a spot for me to jot vacation ideas, or not ideas, but plans that we already have, and then a page for holiday prep. And I'll kind of talk a little bit more into each one as we go. This last back of this page, I'm just going to leave blank as a spot to just have generic notes. And then that pretty much brings us to the end of the planner parts that we would set up. The rest of this will be used, you know, like each week as we move through the planner. So we're going to go ahead and get started and close out this planner setup series. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here just on the first one where we stopped, which is the social media tracker. And I will be completely honest with you guys and kind of just throw out there that I really don't know exactly how I want this page to look. This, as well as the book tracker. I cannot get this to come off of here. There we go. I'm just not quite sure how I want it to look, so we're going to play around with it for a minute and see what we can come up with. I am going to, of course, start with a little header at the top, though, and I think for that I'm going to use this really thick washi that came in the new design pattern or whatever. So we're just going to start by putting this at the top. I'm going to try to line it up pretty closely with the top of the page. It's a very wide washi, so it's kind of tough to handle, but I think it'll look really pretty once it's down. So let's put that there. And I need to find my little ruler thing. We'll use that to tear. Uh-oh. Our new table, it's not sticky, but it's like textured, so the pages always want to stick to it. I don't know, kind of weird, but well, that tore really nicely. All right, so there's our little washi spot for our header. And then let's decide which sticker we want to use to put in that. I really like these stickers right here, but I want to see what we've got in this. So just bear with me 1 second while we figure that out. The only reason I don't want to just jump to using one of these is because it has that little swishy stuff at the top, which is what this design is. And I just feel like that's a lot of that. But I kind of feel like we're going to get that no matter what we do. Could be like a pretty green maybe. There's a green that's a little smaller. Let's try this one. I feel like the green would look pretty. All right. So let's try to get it as centered as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least close. I can't tell if that looks crooked. I feel like it definitely looks crooked. The only thing about these Erin Condren stickers is they do not peel back off very easily. I'm very much accustomed to using planner Kate stickers like throughout the planner for my weekly plan with me's, as well as Sarah Marie stickers. I've used hers before as well, and they are definitely removable. They come back off. You can put them off and on as many times as you need to, and they do hold up pretty well. So anyways, that's a side note. So let's see, what are we gonna call it? I think I'm just gonna call it social media tracker. I feel like that's pretty straightforward, but I mean, that works. So social media tracker. Okay, good enough. All right, so here's where the confusion kind of sets in for me. I'm picturing this to look like a table of some kind. I'm thinking about, because in like the overall scope of things, my plan for this is to be able to track each month. So I would like to have maybe our month of the year listed on the side, and then a column for like YouTube subscribers at the beginning of the month, YouTube subscribers at the end of the month, and then same thing for Instagram followers. I think that's kind of how I want to do it. But I also thought about doing like a spot to track how many videos I put up within that month and how many like posts or interactions I have. Probably post for Instagram. I'm not necessarily going to count like when I post on my story, but like actual post to my like actual thing, whatever you call that on Instagram, like my homepage, my feed or whatever. I'm trying to think of how I want to do that. Let's start by doing the months over here on the side. And I'm actually curious because I have this sheet from Planner Kate that we used in my first setup video. I used the months of the year to set up that one page at the front. But these are really small, so I might could get these in on this page just to be able to kind of use what I have and not have to write as much. That would be great. So let's see. How many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 lines. And of course there are 12 months. So it doesn't go perfectly even. We'll have 2 extra lines and that's okay. I think I'll leave a line at the top and a line at the bottom. So let's start by making a line this way. We're gonna skip that first line and just leave it blank. And we'll put this line right there. And then that should give me 2 lines for each month. So let's just go down the page and draw in the lines. Okay, so there are those lines. And then I kind of want to see how these would fit if I put them over here. So I'm going to start with July because that's the month that the planner starts in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. I would have really hated to get to the end and then realize that I did not have all the space that I thought I was going to have. Let's see how these look. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That's a little crooked. March, April. April is also a little crooked. It's okay. May, and then we'll do June at the bottom. Okay, so those fit nicely right there. That's, I actually really like how that looks. I think that's cute. So let's put down a line going this way. I'm gonna flip my planner this direction just so that I can get this whole thing on here. And I'm gonna try to get it as close to them as possible without obviously touching them. Okay. Right. All right, I think that looks nice like that. So now I have this column up here. I can decide what do I want to make each of the columns. So I'm thinking I will do YouTube subscribers start, YouTube subscribers end, total videos, and then Instagram followers start, Instagram followers end. I don't think I'm going to do Instagram posts just because I personally don't want to have to track that. And I'm not as concerned with that. So I think that's what we'll do. And we'll just kind of see how that looks. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections I need to get out of this. So they're probably not going to be even doing it like this, but I'm going to do it like this anyways. Just because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're not. Let's make this one a little bigger. All right, we'll just go with that. And we will hope for the best. I feel like that's my life motto. We will try it and we will hope for the best. All right, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just try to cheat this one in the middle. It's gonna be a little bit less, but that's okay. All right, I'm okay with that. I hate how it like leaves the little black lines everywhere. I try to keep this thing like cleaned off. I don't know if you guys can see on the edge when I trace. I always like try to keep something nearby, like a rat or a napkin or something to wipe it off, but it still leaves lines everywhere. All right, good enough. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so, oh, I should have done this one up a little higher. Good enough. Okay. All right, so we're gonna title this one YouTube subs start. Then we'll have YouTube subs end, YouTube videos, IG follow start, IG follow end. Okay, I am okay with that. I don't hate that. So that is that. Just for the sake of using some of this washi, I'm gonna put this little line down here, and then actually I might use one of these. I haven't used these yet, so let's try one of these and see what this would look like. Oh yeah, I think that's cute. We'll do that. Okay, perfect. So that sets up our social media tracker. Now on the next page is where we are doing our book tracker. And I have a vision for how I want this to look. I have set one of these up before and it turned out okay, but it wasn't the most beautiful thing in the world. So what I'm kind of envisioning is, obviously I'll still do a header like what I've done on the others, probably similar to the page we just did with the thick washi, and then like just a little box for a title. And then I am hoping to kind of be able to draw little like lines for bookshelves and little books and be able to write the titles in like the spine of the book. I've seen people do that before, but I just feel like that's going to take me forever to do. But we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see how it looks, how we fare with that. But let's go ahead and start on the easy part, which is putting down a header, because we know we want that part. So I am actually just going to start on this side at the edge of the lines versus all the way to like the rings. Got to be able to see the line. Okay. Oh, I might have to fix that right there. That's okay. This washi is like super sticky to itself. Okay, that's not bad. Let's just fix this corner, make it lay flat. Okay. And then we'll use this guy to tear it. Perfect. All right, that looks beautiful. There we go. And then let's find us a sticker. So the last one I used that little green sticker. Let's use a different color this time. Maybe one of these. Let's try this one, see what we think. Goodness. Okay, I don't hate that, so we will do that, and we are going to put book tracker in this one. Okay, easy enough. That part is done. Now comes the fun. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a pencil, and I'm probably not going to talk through the process. I'll attempt to film myself unless it just goes really, really badly and we have to change our idea. But I'm probably going to grab like a little mechanical pencil or something that I can erase. That way, if I need to tweak some things around, I can, and we'll just see what we end up with. Okay, so, all right, so I have finished drawing in all of the books. Honestly, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. I was a little worried. I kind of wish I had moved this one over, but I'm not about to try to redo it now. And I also made a little boo-boo here and one right here, but it's okay. I think they look okay. I'm trying to debate because obviously I do everything in pen and not pencil. Do I want to try to go back over them or leave it like this? I'm thinking I'm going to leave it in pencil, and I'm honestly thinking that I might take some colored pencils at some point and just give each book a little color, like a different light shade. And then I can write over it with pen when I go to write in the thing. But for now, we're going to leave it like this until I fully commit to one idea or the other. I may end up just leaving it all together. We'll see. But let's go ahead and move on. So these last two pages, or at least the next one, I know is not going to be super hard to set up. For vacations, I pretty much am just going to do a title at the top, and that will be it for now, because I'll write down ideas as we plan our vacations. And I think just for the sake of not using the thick, like this wide washi on all of them, I am going to go ahead and use this skinnier washi on this one, just like I said, for the sake of trying to mix it up a little bit and use something different. And I don't think I'm going to put it all the way at the tippy top of the page. I think I'm going to start it right here and just let that be that. This typically, like I said, in part one, vacations is where I jot all of our things that go along with our vacation. So for example, we have a beach trip coming up, and we actually leave tomorrow for that, for this year. But we do the same thing every year. I just write down what the address of the house we've rented is, any payment things I need to know, obviously the dates, that kind of stuff. If we make any special reservations, like this time we have rented a golf cart for the whole week, I wrote that stuff down. So just ideas like that, or little like blurbs of things I need to remember. But other than that, this page really is truly just a functional page, and not anything too, intense. So I think I'm going to use one of these guys just because I really want something skinnier. I don't want anything that's going to be too big with this little washi that I chose. So I think I'm just going to kind of butt it up at the top here and call that good. And then we'll just write in vacations. And I do try to keep up with all of our vacations here. So even if it's just like a weekend camping trip, anything that we really make reservations for ahead of time. Now, obviously, if we just go out on a whim one weekend and decide we're going to go somewhere, I don't plan that out because that's not the purpose of going out on a whim. But most things I try to put there. The last page we are going to set up in this one is going to be holiday prep. And I've never done this page before, so I'm not quite sure how this one is going to look, but we are going to give it a go. Okay, so I took a moment and kind of thought about this page, and I think I'm going to do something similar to what I did on my vacations page and set the top up with the skinny washi. For this one, I'm going to use this washi though, instead of that pink washi, because I do think this one is going to be more functional than anything. And I'm honestly not sure past this washi if I'll really set anything else up on this page, only because my goal for this page, if you didn't watch part one, which of course I do recommend you pause at this point, you're almost done, but I do recommend you watch that one as well. But my goal for this page is to be able to have a spot to jot down things that I need to take for various holidays that my family has, like when we get together. So for example, like at Christmas, we always do a couple different get-togethers, like a nice dinner, and then we do like decorating cookies. So my goal is to be able to have a spot here where I can dump, like make a little box or a sticker or something for Christmas dinner. What do I need to bring? Or like, am I hosting it? Is it going to be here at my house? Do I have certain things I need to prep beforehand? That kind of stuff. I wanted a spot, not a huge spot, but just a spot to be able to dump those kind of things, because my family gets together for literally everything throughout the year. We are a very get together oriented people. So I just wanted to make sure I had a spot to be able to drop those ideas in as they come up. But that is what I'm going to do with this page. So I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is just stick this here, and I'll make my little header. And then I think I'm going to call this page done. My pen right here. Until we get to a holiday that I have to prep for. So first one probably will be a July 4th cookout. And then after that, it'll be more of our fall holidays. But I'm trying to think how I want this to look. Okay, good enough. All right, so that pretty much brings us to the end. Like I said, this last page I'm just going to use for notes. So I don't really think I'm going to put anything on this page. I think actually I am, just because I have one of these big washi left on these sheets I got from Erin Condren. So I think for the sake of using it, I'm going to stick it up here at the top. But past that, we're just going to leave this page blank. So to recap what we've done, I feel like it wasn't a lot, but it took me forever. We set up our social media tracker. We have our book tracker set up now. And then these two pages are laid out and ready for vacations and holiday prep as they come up throughout the year. So that brings us to the end of our planner setup journey for 2024-2025 planners. I hope you guys enjoyed watching both part 1 and part 2. Make sure, of course, if you did not watch part 1, you go back and watch that one, because there's definitely some other things that you'll get to see a little bit more in-depth setup. These pages at the end are typically pretty easy, but definitely check that one out if you haven't already. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and stick around for all the other videos to come. Soon following this video, I will be posting my July setup, where I will film my monthly setup for the month of July, and then of course we will get into those weekly plan with me's again, and all of those fun things. So definitely a lot to come. June, I'm hoping to be able to post once a week each Saturday, and then in July get back to posting multiple times a week. I already have videos planned out, so I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are ready to see a little bit more of me back on social media. And yeah, I will chat with you guys in the next one. All right, thanks guys.